Close your eyes and imagine a place of absolute darkness and total silence, where the only thing that exists is the potential for motion. In the heart of a distant star, atoms are crushed together with such ferocity that they surrender their very identity. And in that moment of thermonuclear birth, a photon is born. For nearly 100,000 years, this tiny packet of energy bounces through the dense plasma of the star's interior. But eventually, it reaches the surface and leaps into the void. It begins a journey across the absolute stillness of the vacuum, moving at a velocity that defines the very boundaries of our physical existence. This is the universal speed limit, 299,792 kilometers per second. It is a speed so immense that it covers the distance of 7 full circumnavigations around the Earth in the time it takes you to blink a single eye. Yet, even at this staggering pace, the universe is so vast that light itself appears to crawl when we look toward the stars. When we speak of a light year, we are often betrayed by our own human-scale intuition. It is a common mistake to view this unit as a measurement of time, which is understandable given its name, but it is actually a measure of staggering, incomprehensible distance. A light year is the total path carved by a photon through the ink-black void over the course of 365 days. It represents nearly 10 trillion kilometers, which is a number so large that the human mind cannot truly visualize it without a sense of profound vertigo. Imagine a single grain of sand representing the distance to the moon, and you would still need a desert's worth of sand to represent just one light year. To understand light years is to understand the scale of our isolation and the sheer magnitude of the stage upon which the cosmic drama unfolds. To begin to grasp these scales, we must first look at our own celestial backyard. The moon, which hangs like a silver sentinel in our night sky, is only 1.3 light seconds away. When you gaze at the lunar craters through a telescope, you are seeing the cold, gray dust of the Mare Tranquillitatis as it existed slightly more than a second ago. You are looking at a world where the footprints of the Apollo astronauts remain frozen in time. And yet even here, there is a delay, a fundamental lag in the transmission of reality. This is the closest we can get to the present moment in the cosmos, but it is still a memory. The moonlight hitting your eyes is a postcard from the immediate past. As we move further out into the solar system, we encounter the sun. Our life-giving star sits at an average distance of 8 light minutes from Earth. Consider the warmth you feel on your skin on a summer afternoon, and the bright yellow glow that illuminates your world. That energy was radiated from the roiling solar surface 8 minutes before it reached you. This delay leads to a chilling thought experiment that reveals the nature of our reality. If the sun were to suddenly vanish, if it were snuffed out like a candle by some impossible cosmic hand, we would continue to see its brilliant light in our sky, and we would continue to feel its gravitational embrace. For 8 full minutes of blissful ignorance, we would see children playing in the sunlight, and we would see the shadows of trees, all while the source of that light was already gone. We always see the sun as it was, not as it is, and this is our first real hint that we are living in a world of ghosts. The further we peer into the darkness, the deeper we travel into the past. This is the time machine effect, which transforms every telescope on Earth into a window through history. Space is not just a place, but a chronological record of everything that has ever happened. When a backyard astronomer points their lens toward a star 80 light years away, the photons striking their retina began their journey during the height of World War II. While those photons were traveling through the freezing vacuum, humanity was locked in its greatest conflict. The light has been flying through the void since the era of radio broadcasts, and analog machines, and black and white films. By the time that light reaches us, the world that existed when it was born has been utterly transformed. If we look even deeper, toward stars located hundreds of light years away, we are seeing light that was emitted when the world was a very different place. Imagine a star located 500 light years from Earth. The light we see from that star tonight began its journey when Leonardo da Vinci was still alive, and the smell of oil paint and wood smoke filled his studio in Florence. Those photons left their source while the Mona Lisa was still fresh on the canvas. They traveled through the darkness while empires rose and fell, and while the Industrial Revolution changed the face of our planet. We might see the faint glow of a star that was born while the French Revolution was reshaping the political landscape of Europe, hearing the echoes of crowds in the streets of Paris. The light from those stars has survived the birth of modern technology and the total transformation of human society. It is a sobering realization that the now we experience on Earth is a localized illusion. In the grand scheme of the universe, everything we see is a memory, and we are forever looking at the then rather than the now. Our sun is just one of billions of stars inhabiting a colossal structure known as the Milky Way. To describe the scale of our galaxy is to speak of distances that render human life infinitesimal. The Milky Way is a disk of light and shadow, stretching over 100,000 light years from one edge to the other. Even our nearest stellar neighbor, the Alpha Centauri system, is 4.4 light years away. If we were to launch the fastest spacecraft ever built by human hands, it would still take tens of thousands of years to reach this next-door neighbor. If the distance from the Earth to the Sun were just 1 inch, Alpha Centauri would be over 4 miles away. This proximity is a cosmic joke, as it highlights just how isolated we are within our own galactic neighborhood. As we move inward from the Orion Arm, we find the galaxy's structure becoming more complex and more violent. Huge spiral arms, packed with gas and dust, and the wreckage of dead suns, swirl around a dense core. In that core, stars are packed together so tightly that the night sky of a local planet would be a blazing canopy of light, where night never truly falls. But from our perspective, the center of the galaxy is 26,000 light years away. The light we detect from that region today left its source long before the first civilizations rose in Mesopotamia. We are looking at the heart of our galaxy as it was at the dawn of the Stone Age, when our ancestors were painting the walls of caves. The vastness between us and that center is a testament to the immense scale of our galactic island, which is itself but a speck in a much larger ocean. Beyond the edges of the Milky Way lies a silence so profound that it is almost impossible to describe. This is the intergalactic void, an ocean of nothingness that separates us from other island universes. Our closest major neighbor is the Andromeda Galaxy, a majestic spiral of stars that appears as a faint, ghostly smudge in our night sky. That smudge represents a distance of 2.5 million light years. When you look at Andromeda, the light you see began its journey before the dawn of modern humanity. It left its home when our ancestors were just beginning to walk the plains of Africa, and it has spent millions of years crossing the cold, empty gap between us. Those photons have traveled through the vacuum while mountains were raised on Earth, and while ice sheets covered the continents. They are the ultimate messengers of the deep past. In the face of such distances, it would be easy to assume that we are forever separated from such distant worlds, but gravity is a patient force. The Milky Way and Andromeda are currently racing toward each other at 400,000 kilometers per hour. Though they are separated by millions of light years, they are destined to meet. This is a slow-motion dance on a scale that dwarfs the entire history of life on Earth. In several billion years, these two giants will collide and merge. The stars themselves will not hit each other, because the space between them is so vast, but the gas clouds will collide, and compress, and ignite. A new generation of stars will be born in the wreckage of the two galaxies, creating a new, massive elliptical galaxy often called Milkomeda. It is a grand transformation, and it reminds us that even the largest structures in the universe are in a constant state of flux. As we push our gaze even further out, toward the most distant objects in the universe, we eventually hit a wall. This is the cosmic horizon, the edge of the observable universe. Because the universe has a finite age, and because light travels at a finite speed, there are parts of the cosmos whose light simply hasn't had enough time to reach us yet. No matter how powerful our telescopes become, we are trapped inside a sphere of visibility, which is defined by the age of the Big Bang itself. There are galaxies out there that exist, but they are invisible to us, and they will remain so until the universe grows old enough for their light to arrive. Furthermore, the expansion of space adds a layer of complexity that borders on the surreal. Space is not a static stage, but a fabric that is stretching in all directions, like the surface of a balloon being inflated. Very distant galaxies are being carried away from us by this expansion, and the light they emit is being stretched as it travels through this expanding space. This stretching turns the light red, then infrared, and eventually stretches it so much that it becomes invisible. This is called redshift. There are galaxies moving away from us so fast that their light will never, ever reach us. They are essentially slipping over the edge of our observable world, disappearing into a darkness that we can never penetrate. It is a lonely thought to realize that the universe is becoming more fragmented as time goes on. As space expands, the galaxies around us are being pushed beyond our horizon, leaving us increasingly alone in the dark. We live our lives on a scale of seconds, and minutes, and years. We measure our world in meters and kilometers. Yet, we are part of a reality that operates on a scale so grand that light itself is the only meaningful ruler. Light is more than just a source of illumination. It is a bridge across the vastness of time. When we look up at the stars, we are not just seeing light, but the preserved history of a universe that was born in fire and has been expanding into the cold for billions of years. We are looking at the oldest things that can ever be known. Understanding the light year changes our perspective on here and now. It reminds us that we are small, but it also highlights our significance as the creatures who can look at a photon and deduce its ancient origin. We are the eyes of the universe, peering back at its own infancy and trying to make sense of the vastness. Though we are separated from the stars by distances that defy description, we are connected to them by the very light that reaches our eyes. Every atom in your body was once forged in the heart of a star, and the light from those stars is still traveling through the void, telling the story of where we came from. In the silence of the night sky, we are listening to the echo of ancient light, and in that echo, we find our place among the stars.